Okay, so we are on Unit 7, Lesson 3. And for this lesson, our focus is to evaluate expressions. Okay. We are actually also going to write them as well, so let's put write and evaluate expressions. And let's add to that contain variables, because that's the difference between yesterday and today, is that these expressions that we're looking at today are going to have a variable in it, whereas yesterday they didn't. So yesterday we were looking at expressions that were just numbers and operations. Today we're going to add that variable in. Okay, so remember a variable, use a different color. A variable represents an unknown number. Okay, so if you see n or x or a letter inside your expression, you know that that represents something that's unknown. We're not sure what that number is. Okay. When we evaluate today, I'll draw an arrow down here, we're going to substitute a number for that variable. And then simplify like we did yesterday. Okay, so that's our focus for today. So if you look over here on your student activity book, page 243, it says the expression below contains letters or variables. A variable represents an unknown number. Okay, so there's lots of different expressions here that contain a variable, which means there's an unknown number. We want to work on evaluating those expressions by substituting that value for a variable, and then use the order of operations to find that evaluation and simplify. Okay, so again, our order of operations is on this page to help us remember that parentheses are done first. Oh, not sure what just happened there. Parentheses are done first, and then we multiply and divide from left to right, and then add and subtract from left to right. I'm not sure why the notes erased over there, but if you're missing them, the information's here too, so you can use that from your book. So we're going to look at this example right here that says, oh, there they are. It's magic. We're going to evaluate 5 times the quantity of p minus 2. And they're telling us that p in this case is going to equal 10. Okay, so I'm going to come over here in my workspace. I'm going to rewrite my expression. Okay, and we want to evaluate for p equals 10. So we're going to first take this, in order to evaluate, we have to substitute a number for the variable. So here's the number we're going to substitute, and we're just going to plug that in wherever we see the letter p. So 5 times 10 minus 2 is our new expression. Okay. Now, in order to follow the operations, we need to do parentheses first. So 10 minus 2 is 8. And then we're going to multiply that by 5. That's our next step in order of operations. And 5 times 8 is 40. So that evaluation of that expression for p equals 10 would be 40. And then a key factor I saw in our quiz today too is always remember to check your evaluation to make sure it's reasonable. Some of us were coming up with numbers in the hundreds of thousands for fractions, and it doesn't make sense. So make sure that your answer is reasonable. So if you look at your expression once you evaluate p, does 40 seem reasonable? I'm multiplying 5 by something that is around 10, because I'm only subtracting 2, so it's around 10. So 5 times 10 is 50, so it's fairly reasonable. Okay. If I ended up with a number like 400 or 3 or something off the wall, or maybe I came up with 50 minus 2 and I got 48 because I didn't pay attention to the order of operations. I need to be careful with that and see, does it make sense? Okay. Which is one key thing to following your work, writing your work out, because that helps you look back at your work to see if it makes sense. Okay, let's look at some real world expressions and see if we can write an expression. Let's look at number 13. It says 4 friends earned $24 by washing cars and M dollars by mowing lawns. So M is our variable. That's our unknown. We don't know how many dollars they earned by mowing lawns. They want to divide the total equally. Write an expression for the amount each friend gets. Okay, so we need to, first we need to know that we need to write an expression. Okay, and we know that there are 4 friends that are dividing it equally amongst themselves. But there's also this amount that we don't know. So we know the amount has to come first. We have to figure out the amount. So they earned $24 by washing cars and M amount for washing or for mowing lawns. And then they took that amount and divided it by all of them equally. So that would be our expression. Now for part B, it says if they made $50 mowing lawns, how much would each friend get? Okay, I'm going to come over here to my workspace and recopy my expression that I wrote. And now I'm going to plug in 50 every time I see M because they're telling me they earned $50 for mowing the lawns. Now I can evaluate this expression. 24 plus 50. You can either do it vertically or horizontally. Either one works best for you. $74 divided by 4, so then I need to work that out. It doesn't go evenly, notice. This is money, right? So can I carry it out? Yes, I just have to remember to add my decimal point in both spots. Carry it out. 4 goes into 20 5 times. Do I need to continue from here? No, but 18 and 5/10 isn't a dollar amount. So I'm going to add that 0 at the end to make it $18.50, which would be my evaluation for that expression if they earned $50 for mowing lawns. Okay. Now the reason I can add this 0 is if I carried it out and went through again, we would have another 0 down here. 4 goes into 0 0 times. So it works out that way. Okay. All right.